Purple drank. Maybe you've heard it, maybe not. What about scissor? Lean? Yes? No? Well, for those of you pure souls out there, bubble drink is what you get if you combine cough syrup, soda, and candies. Now, it doesn't just include any old cough syrup. These include promethazine and codeine, which essentially gets you high. So who are the ones who thought mixing beer or wine with cold medication would be a good idea? The blues musicians from Houston, Texas. Fast forward 20 years later, in 1980s, Purple Drank was modified and then gained popularity among the hip-hop musicians, also in Houston, and soon the athletes started using them. Fast forward again to the 21st century, we have celebrities like Lil Wayne, Justin Bieber, Rob Kardashian, and Soulja Boy glamorizing, promoting, using, and singing about this magical purple drink. Soon enough, adolescents start using them at parties, and of course, through seeing each other take it, and through word of mouth, your best friend, your brother, your sister, your frenemy, your dog, your cat, everyone starts using it. And that, my friends, is what they call the social learning theory. So there are three things you'll need to produce purple drank, and they are 1. Prescription cold medication, usually with antihistamines and codeine. 2. Soda. Examples will be Ice Sprite or Mountain Dew. 3. Jolly Rancher candies, which are added for color and taste. Then there you have it, a purple liquid that is then sipped until you feel euphoric and eventually dissociated from your body. That could last for about 3 to 6 hours. And no, we're not teaching you or encouraging you to make it. Our point is, ingredients aren't some fancy hard to get ingredients. They're common ingredients that you can get in a pharmacy, so no wonder it's becoming such a popular drug among youngsters. But wait, cough syrup? Something you drink to make you feel better when you're down with cough? Soda and candies? A little sweet stuff doesn't hurt, right? Nope, wrong, wrong, wrong. Now it doesn't sound that hardcore, true, but the cough syrup and purple drink you're drinking, they're part of the opiate family, which also includes heroin, morphine, those not so friendly drugs that you don't want in your system. Purple drink suddenly sounds not so friendly now, does it? So what happens when you take too many cups of those purple looking liquid? You get high. And of course with the highs, there comes the lows. And some of those lows include slowed heart rate. And here's your heart, beating like usual. And this is how it would sound like after you get high from purple drink. Drowsiness. You find yourself having difficulty staying awake. Loss of coordination. Feeling like showcasing that salsa moves you just learned. Probably not the best time to do that. Not after you're so high on purple drink. Addiction. And just like most of the other drugs, you'll get addicted. Purple drink could be all you can think about. One cup would not be enough. Nope, you'll still want more. And more. And more. And more. So what if you get high on purple drink, you may ask? What's so dangerous about it? Well, you remember your childhood fairy tale, The Little Red Riding Hood? Remember how the wolf dressed up as her grandma in hopes to deceive Little Red? Well, that's exactly what purple drink is. A wolf in sheep's clothing. While it doesn't seem that harmful consuming purple drink, especially when the main ingredient comes from the pharmacy, overdosing on purple drink is fairly common because people can't be sure of how much codeine they've consumed. The sweet taste and fun colors make it an inviting cocktail that people could sip all day long. And too much codeine and promethazine is a big no-no. Why? Because they depress the central nervous and respiratory system, which could stop your heart and lungs. And of course, if there's a party, you're likely to take in other substances such as alcohol and drugs alongside purple drink. This combination of substances can be lethal. And also, when you realize you're addicted and you want to stop, well, that's dangerous too. Because just like other opioids, withdrawal from the purple drink can lead to, unsurprisingly, death. So what can you do if you want a happy ending instead of a sad one? Of course, we're not asking you to quit cold turkey and face all the withdrawal symptoms alone. I mean, let's face it, withdrawal symptoms can be a pain in the ass. But with little help, you can still kick purple drink in the booty. Here's how. With support groups, you'll be able to find other individuals that struggle with or are still struggling with their addiction, so you won't be alone on this road to recovery. You'll be able to get to know each other's stories, understand one another, as well as support each other on your journey to recovery. And With every milestone you achieve, you'll have your sponsor cheering you on.
Psst, operant conditioning. Ring a bell?
So, if meeting with a group of strangers is too overwhelming with you, this next approach could be what you're looking for.
Why don't you stop using?
Some people may ask, but the thing is, addiction is truly recognized as a disease of the brain. Lots of people are motivated and have been able to quit cold turkey, but oftentimes relapses happen. That is because without addressing the emotional and psychological aspects behind your addiction, the chances of relapse is also relatively high. And so, psychotherapy is able to help you do just that. Understand every aspect of your addiction and beat it. So, what you've learned today is maybe just stick to having cough syrup only when you have a cough, and drink Sprite when you're feeling thirsty, and have some candy when you feel like having something sweet. But not all at once, okay? Because life is great. Well, when you're sober enough to experience all that life has to offer.